the senator from South Carolina.
This year, for the first time in many decades, death in America is not a taxable event. For the first time in many, many years, folks who've worked hard, built businesses, built farms, do not lose what they've worked for when they die. The Heritage Foundation estimates that if we do nothing as a Senate and allow the death tax to go from 0 to 55%, that America will lose 1.5 million jobs. Because when we take the money and the property of the people who are working and running businesses and farms, it not only affects the family of those who die, but those who work for those businesses and work on those farms. It is immoral for us to take what people work for throughout their lives. Their property, their income has all been taxed at least once before. Let's do the right thing and vote for this amendment today. Let's keep the death tax at 0. This is not a tax cut. It is just leaving the tax rate the same.
Mr. President,
Senator from Vermont.
this is an absurd amendment. This amendment would provide $1 trillion in tax breaks to the top 0.3% of 1%. 99.7% of the American people do not get a nickel. And despite all the rhetoric we hear around here about fiscal responsibility, this isn't paid for. It's another $1 trillion over 10 years to our national debt. I yield to the senator from Michigan.
Senator from Michigan.
Mr. President, I want to thank our colleague from South Carolina for giving us the opportunity tonight to decide whose side we are really on. We're talking about upwards of $1 trillion spending to help a few hundred of our wealthiest Americans, not small businesses, not family farmers, all of whom we support helping, but wealthiest Americans, close to $1 trillion, or helping 2.5 million people who lost their jobs, are out of work because of no fault of their own, the crash on Wall Street, the crisis on Wall Street, of which unfortunately colleagues chose not to vote to repair and to fix, has caused a situation where families are hurting.